All right, everybody, pick up the vibes. Let's go. It's go time, baby. Pick up the vibes. The home stretch. Oh, Eric, come on now. What is, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show.
Let's go.
Oh, man. We're right here from the Toyota Lounge, driven by our Front Range Toyota Stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. And the unofficial vehicle of this bounce back that starts tonight.
Dang,
let's go. Dude. We've had like 48 hours to stew in it.
Bro.
I know Eric's been stewing.
I've been stewing.
But not tonight. Tonight is the night to turn it around. Go 4-0. We're going to be talking about what it'll take. We'll also talk about how this year is now officially unlike anyone prior to it. And that's part of what feels a little weird about it. It's a little different. Yeah. We're going to go over that and preview Pacers Nuggets. I got Harrison Wind in here.
Fellas, happy to be back on the show. Sorry I missed that last one.
Well timed.
Real sorry, man.
Yeah, when you miss it with that, you're just like, oh, man.
Devin and I did hold it down on a two-man pregame watch along, then postgame for the Spurs game.
That was tough.
So that was.
Are you talking about the Jalen Pickett triple-double game?
Yeah,
Dude, that was
game.
Incredible. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. It was incredible.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was an all-timer.
It was an all-timer, baby. Wish I was on that one. I got D-Line Co here.
Guys, I'm in a weird place. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm in a very weird place. We're going to see what happens. But, tread lightly, Chad, please. Come on.
And then rounded out the show, my Serbian brother, Superstar Dev.
I'm also in a very weird place, you know? We're questioning, like, how did we get here?
Yeah.
Who are we?
Yeah.
Are things going to change? And I'm glad that we finally get the answer. Not for the Nuggets, but for me personally. I found out that I am African. I am African. What? Yes.
Really?
Almost fully at this point. No. It's the wildest thing I've ever heard. Would you guys have guessed that I had African?
I would not have guessed that.
I mean, I had a hunch, but I wasn't sure.
I don't know a lot about geography or history.
Okay, well, let me tell you. On my mom's side, I am 99% African.
Okay. Really?
Never seen that before in my life. 1% is maritime South Asia.
What?
Yeah.
That was probably like
side,
an error
on
or something.
my dad's side, I'm 87% African.
Oh.
I'm 11% England.
What?
Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard.
So great, man.
Wow,
Channel Island.
One of us.
Yeah, but 33% Nigerian. I'm happy. I'm stronger than I've ever been. I'm faster.
Damn.
You guys should have saw what happened when I woke up. I just woke up stronger.
Bro, that's why Dev texted me last night like about Giannis and how she should be in the MVP conversation.
That's what it was.
I was like, why is he texting me about Giannis? Now I know.
That's crazy.
Now I have to learn cricket.
Congratulations, Dev. I'm glad you got that clarity, man, because
I needed it, especially at this stretch of the season.
Yeah.
We were
very timely.
We're in very tough times, and now we know.
There's nothing better than knowing really who you are deeply, and I'm glad you found that clarity. That was our top story. It's all downhill from here. The Nuggets are facing the Pacers. I think Jamal Murray might be back. What do you got for us, Win?
I'm back. Jamal Murray most definitely is not back.
No.
He has still been listed as questionable. You know, these last couple games, hasn't played in any of them. Not playing tonight as well. And Michael Malone delivered some bad news pregame.
Sobering, you might say?
Sobering, awful, depressing, catastrophic potentially. I don't know. Michael Malone, he was asked about Jamal Murray. Are you guys being careful with him or not? Kind of where's he at? And he said, look, we're not being careful. He's hurt. He's really hurt. And in fact, quote, hopefully he's able to be back by the playoffs.
Hopefully.
By the playoffs.
Hey, hopefully. Hopefully that's the case.
Malone said, look, this is a weird injury. It was day-to-day. The next thing you know, it's not day-to-day. So from that, it doesn't sound like he's
no longer
on the cusp of a return.
Is it week to week? Are we week to week
at the moment? Is that the next step up, I guess?
Oh, God, we're week to week with Jamal.
What was interesting was it was listed as hamstring tightness,
Okay.
Murray's injury. The Nuggets had 3 days off, and the tightness didn't go away. And that's when I was like, okay, something might be up here.
This is what D-Line was freaking out about. Is
Now
like,
it's
hey, man, they
hamstring
had rest.
inflammation. I don't know if that's better or worse than tightness. We were talking about that on the watch along the other day too. But Jamal Murray's out tonight, and it doesn't sound like he's going to be back in these next couple of games. The hope is, like Michael Malone said, he could be back for the playoffs.
Well, let's just chew on this one for a second, shall we, boys? D-Line, did that help at all with the angst you were feeling?
That was the source of the angst I was feeling. Like the whole thing, like you put up with the first part of the year. He's not back because it's like, hey, when it matters, he's going to be back. But then, as Harrison pointed out, I think he's missed 4 out of the last 5 playoff runs.
Yeah, that's actually how that's gone. That's a good reminder.
Like,
No, it has, yeah. He missed the first 2 with the ACL.
Last year.
He was back. They won the championship. He was hurt in the playoffs last year and potentially hurt again. We'll see.
bro, it's not okay. I don't know. Listen, perhaps all of this completely out of his control. More than likely, that's the case. Perhaps this is something that comes from not, treating your body the right way throughout the year. I don't really know. I'm just, I'm crestfallen. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, if Jamal really is not back and ready by the playoffs, like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I really don't. Like, I don't know. I'm in a weird spot.
Worst case scenario, of course, for the season, because you want to see the team at full strength, because if they fail, it's like, okay, well, all right,
Exactly.
we get it. But if it's one of these scenarios, to be honest, then it just becomes an issue of, well, can you risk the health long term or this, that? We don't want to ask those questions.
No, we don't.
We
We do
not
want to
wanna
have
ask those
definitive answers. But, Dev, we might be putting the cart before the horse here, because it's not that he's out for the rest of the season. It's that he's day-to-day or beyond day-to-day.
I mean, just not having certainty, I think that like, you're already questioning it. And it has rippling effects. Like, him not playing hopefully until he's ready for the playoffs. How do you work your starting point guard back into the playoffs? And now they have changed their identity because they've had to become a different, team without him right now. You have so many questions with the backup point guard spot, but right now the starting point guard spot, they're having to change so many lineups. One day it's Westbrook, one day it's Pickett, one day it's no point guard. They're trying so many things, and then you have to throw Jamal Murray in it. I don't like it. It's uneasy. It's not fun. And again, you talk about the long-term effects of, do you just keep resting him so that you don't have that in the future? And he just signed a big contract. So it really is a shocking spot to be in right now. And hard decisions to make.
Yeah.
It's shocking, and I mean, it sucks because we all know the first prerequisite to Nuggets going on a playoff run to them winning a championship is Jokic. He's got to be Nikola Jokic. Next up is Jamal Murray, and it's not even close. Jamal Murray is the second most important thing about this team. And I mean, you saw last year when he wasn't 100%, this team can lose. They could have lost in the first round. They lost in the second round. And so if Jamal Murray is not 100%, I mean, the expectations just totally change.
We'll pull it back even a little bit more. We don't know where the Nuggets are going to be seated, because it is possible that they fall as far as the 8th seed between now and the end of the year. And that part we do have some clarity on. It doesn't sound like he'll be back. Obviously, he's out tonight. I don't know if he'll be back Wednesday. Again, this injury is a strange one, so maybe it heals up. But the bigger thing is, can they get through these 4 games? Let alone, can they get through tonight? Because tonight is kind of important. They're bleeding. You have to stop the bleeding.
Have to.
So tonight represents its own challenge. Good news is,
It's the Pacers.
Jalen Pickett in the starting lineup. I don't know if you guys saw it.
Jalen
actually
Pickett
good.
is in the starting line.
I got to say, it's a big deal, actually, because Michael Malone has not been going to Westbrook for the last several starts. And this was another opportunity to do it. And he's holding the line. He even talked about it in the pregame show a little bit about not starting Westbrook. And he's like, look, we need him to play the role. We need him to carry our bench. We need him in that one.
Good.
And so to me, I kind of like it. Michael Malone is holding firm on a principle that I actually think is important, not even for anything to do with Russ, just for the health of the team and the way he sees is best for them to go forward, which I happen to agree with.
Well, what is the fake definition of insanity that everyone repeats all the time? Doing the same thing over and whatever.
You're right, not the definition.
Not actually the definition. But Russell Westbrook cannot run the second unit. He can't do it. He can't do it at all. Whenever we saw Russell Westbrook at his like looking great, really like adding to this team, it was alongside Nikola Jokic. Like the 2-man game that those two had was a revelation. Like in midway through the season, it was like, oh man.
So you disagree with his decision?
Heavily.
I disagree also, man.
Like it's not going to happen. It puts Russ in a position where he feels like he needs to elevate and carry everyone else around him, and he makes horrific decisions one after the next.
You want Russ with Jokic? I mean,
You
that's where
have
it
to.
starts.
This is it. Like this to me is a catastrophic decision.
Really catastrophic?
Yes, because it just shows like not paying attention to what's happening. Like not really.
I mean, Pickett has been better with Jokic by a lot than Russ. By a lot, statistically.
But Pickett is able to not.
he?
Yeah, by a lot. It's like plus 16 to a plus 6.
All the same, like you don't like to me. Pickett is a steadying force on the second unit, and he's not going to make things. He's not going to have the same impact of Russ from a leadership standpoint, but he's going to allow other people to sort of like get a little bit of a rhythm. Like you can understand maybe an offense that they're trying to put together with Pickett leading the way. With Russ, man, it's just like, what is going on? It's just like disaster after disaster after disaster, and like, I don't know. I think it's to me, I don't know. I'm in a bad spot, guys. I'm in a bad spot with these Nuggets right now.
I mean, I think the bigger thing is like Malone is letting Russ be Russ, like at certain points in games, particularly late in games. Like he's been out there late in some of these close games and just had like these debilitating turnovers and plays. And I think that's like my bigger frustration. I'm with D-line. Like I would start Russ playing with Jokic and just tether him to that. But like my bigger frustration is like Malone's got to step in and just rein Russ in some of these end of game spots and these big moments where like you just don't want him handling the ball. I don't think you want him out there in those moments. And so like that's where I'm at. It's like Michael Malone's got to be like, you're sitting in this big moment. Like you're not going to be on the floor.
I imagine the rotation will shake out now. If you just think about it, Russ probably comes in for Pickett at the 6-minute mark, runs with Yoke for 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Pickett probably comes back in and runs alongside Russ for the next 5 minutes.
Yep.
So I think it'll work out kind of the same in that way, that they'll both sort of have bench duties, so to speak.
know, but that's like a terrible lineup. Those two together don't make any sense.
I don't think it matters about that part of the game. It's how they end the game. Like you're never mad at Russ early on in the games. It's the closing lineup, and I think that they've been trying to push towards not ending the games with him, at least not starting them and then putting the starters back out there. But then somehow he's still out there on the last 5 minutes of the game, and that's when you start to question if he's supposed to be out there. I think it's hard to say I would go with Pickett until he proves it, but he also hasn't been given the chance. We've seen Westbrook fail a couple of times, and I feel like you should give him that opportunity to fail. But now that we've seen it, go away from it until we see otherwise. But I do think that Russell Westbrook, he brings a dynamic that I feel like you have to put him alongside Jokic. I am shocked now hearing that the stats say otherwise, because I remember a time where Westbrook was
the best duo in the NBA.
That was the best duo. And then somewhere it changed, I'm guessing with more minutes together. So
I think to D-Line's point, part of what happened in those minutes, yes, the Russ Jokic 2-man game was great, but the bench units were a little bit more coherent. So the anchor on the team was less than what it was when he was anchoring that bench. So we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I'm interested in it. I'm intrigued. I want to see this lineup a little bit tonight. So
talking about the rotation and what it could look like really quick, Michael Malone also said, Julian Strawther,
yeah,
today we're going to try to put him in the rotation.
So he's going to play rotation minutes.
Oh man,
man, this game has chaos. So much chaos
Who
everywhere.
knows what the bench unit's going to look like?
I know this is like
The car's sputtering, and it's like, don't worry, we're going to hit the gas a little harder.
This is the point of the season where you're supposed to have clarity. We have none. This is crazy.
We're losing clarity by the day.
Crazy.
It is going to get wild, man. But you know what? We'll see what happens. What else you got for us, game notes
We will
wise?
see what happens, yeah.
Nothing?
I said the Strawther thing. Malone also said, look, Strawther's a key piece for us.
Yeah.
He's the guy who's going to give us a spark offensively, hopefully.
Yeah.
So I think Malone will try to get Strother back in this thing. We'll see if Strother's up to it. He's been out for a while. I think Malone wants him to be in the rotation. And finally, Malone also had some interesting things about Russell Westbrook. He kind of said, look, like, everybody wants to detach from him with these bad moments that he's had recently. Malone said, look, you guys know me. I don't do that. I stick with my guys. I respect what Russell Westbrook has done for us this season on and off the court, including things that nobody out here knows about and can see. And Malone also said this. This was really interesting. He said, Russell Westbrook knows what big games are about. And we're playing a lot of guys that have no idea what big games are about. That was an interesting quote.
What's the biggest game Russell Westbrook's ever won?
One? I mean, he did go to the finals.
One. Which one's the biggest one he's ever won? I guess so the
En route to the finals,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, or a game in the finals.
with Kevin
That's a big
Durant.
game.
Yeah.
Maybe it was that game against the Nuggets where he scored 50 and a triple-double and hit that big shot. I remember that one. Let's move it on. This is uncharted territory. I mean, honestly, this is what's part of so unsettling about it is the Nuggets have had a cohesive narrative and every year has followed similar patterns. This one, to me, is the most one we felt uncertain of our team. We've been so much more confident because the team has showed us that confidence. We have different levels, although I think all of us believe that the upside of the team is still really high. But just being in the spot, losing 3 games, we have not worried about missing the playoffs for the last 6 years. You know what I mean?
Missing the playoffs.
And I mean, I don't think the Nuggets are going to miss the playoffs, actually, but they could be in the play-in, which is in and of itself would be horrible. So this uncharted territory, D-Line, I mean, do you agree that this moment, this situation the Nuggets are in is not familiar or like the previous 5 in any way?
I mean, absolutely. Even when we didn't have Jamal Murray for the entire season, we were going with Facu, going in with a bunch of other guys that like you kind of knew. I mean, you were hoping for the best. You know, we labeled playoff runs against all odds and things like that because we knew what we were dealing with. But we don't. I mean, there's so much up in the air right now that I don't even like the Nuggets. If Jamal Murray comes back and looks like himself next game,
on
then
the
it's
table.
like right back.
Well,
on the track we felt
maybe
like
not
we were
next
on.
game, but eventually.
Right.
But it just feels like, okay, well, we're back. Let's go. Let's do this. If he doesn't come back, like I don't know what we're looking at. I have no idea what to expect. Could they miss? Like, if they miss the playoff, is that literally possible? They miss the playoff.
I think if they lose tonight, they're going to be in the play-in.
Oh my god!
And so then you just talk about that becomes a 1-game playoff series that you have to win.
I see what you mean.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
but
man.
miss the playoffs meaning
I mean,
more really
when
the
you're
top
in the
6,
play,
is what I
it
mean,
kind of
but-
feels like you missed the playoffs.
Kind of does, yeah, because then you're fighting for the right to have OKC in the first round or Houston.
Which
That's the worst.
Hey.
Well, whatever.
This is certainly new territory. Because once you win a championship, you get a taste of what it feels like, what it looks like, and then there's high expectations for you. The difference when they didn't win one, it was like, oh, but we're so close, so we're making steps to get to that point. Now you have it, and not only have you got to experience it, you have the best player in basketball in his prime right now, so you have to maximize that opportunity. Every single part of the opportunity, and that does not mean not making the playoffs or not getting better or not making a look as if you're getting better. Again, I know we're going back, but like 2 weeks ago, you were not even having ideas of this. Things have like certainly went they've went in the wrong direction, and now you're fighting for your life. This is truly a playoff game tonight. You just talked about you're in the play-in if you lose the game. This is a very important game. The next game, very important game. Every single game is going to be like that, so you're going to need your best. And now you don't have your starting point guard, so your best has to be even better. There's no room for error.
Yeah. And then the question becomes, how do you go 4-0 here? Because to avoid it might require 4-0, by the way. It might even require that just for Denver to have a good standing here. You can probably go 3-1 and still stay in that top 6 spot, but unfortunately, some of these recent losses put that a little bit in doubt. So how do they go 4-0 if Jamal Murray is uncertain? I still actually even think that part is possible. It has to be that we talked about this on the postgame show on Friday. The Nuggets playoffs begin now. This has to be a playoff game, and I keep saying the Nuggets can look like their best self when they're just locked in, when there's no like everybody understands and. Part of me goes, if they have that tonight, I'll be like, you know what? 4-0's on the table here.
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely is. The Pacers, the Kings, the Grizzlies, the Rockets.
This might be the toughest
They
one.
can beat all those teams. I mean, what's going to have to happen for them to go 4-0? Yoke's going to have to go God mode 4 times probably.
Man.
I mean, at least 3 times. Like, you're going to need banger Nikola Jokic games, one after one after one after one. That's going to be what's required here. And it's kind of been required for them to win the games they've won recently. So that's where it starts. It's tough, man, because I really feel like there was a point a couple weeks ago when the Nuggets were like, okay, we're not chasing the 2 seed or 3 seed. We're just going to rest and get healthy and settle into, the 4 and 5. Well, that hasn't really gone according to plan. And now, like you said, they have to be in playoff mode. Like, these are games they have to win. So it's kind of thrown what I think was their plan totally off course because they've dropped some of these games that they thought they would win. So it's a tough spot. But, I mean, it starts with Yoke. I mean, he's got to have great games. He probably will. And it just sucks because right now should be the point where he's, like, getting rejuvenated heading into the playoffs, not going 100 miles an hour.
You know what I thought about the other day? What if the victory card for Zeke meant that was the only victory we'd get this year?
Why are you thinking about that type of stuff, man?
I was like, that would be the victory, and then everything else would be like, no, but 4-0, I mean, D-Light, come on, I got a channel. There's a guy in there, deep in there, who's an optimist. I haven't seen him for a little bit. 4-0 is possible.
Here's the thing about me is that, like, when I see it, I say it. And I'm having a hard time seeing it. Like, I'm not just an optimist. Like, I live very clearly on the 2 sides of love and hate. Like, if you cross me, I will never forgive you. And like, so
They crossed you?
I'm talking about Jamal Murray. Like, Jamal Murray specifically. Like, if he lets me down again after I've been defending him for so long, like, I'm gonna have a really hard time getting back on that other side. Nikola Jokic is the greatest player I've ever seen in my entire life. I cannot believe that his co-hosts are letting him down. Like, he feels like Adam up here, right? Like, it's just trudging through. None of the rest of us can bring anything to the table. 4-0, nothing is impossible with Nikola Jokic. It's just like, I don't feel great. I mean, like. And the other thing about this 3-game losing streak, like I said before, I mean, like, they did enough. Like, it is. I said this the other day. Like, they beat the Timberwolves. Like, I know they didn't beat them, but they did. Like, it is not unreasonable to think that call could be said. It could have been said that happened after the clock expired, which it did. So they actually did enough, but whatever. They got screwed. They played well enough to defeat the Timberwolves. So I felt fine about that loss. That was actually, like, pretty digestible. The Spurs loss, they completely punted on. So you're like, all right, fine.
Michael Malone, by the way, talked about the Wolves game, saying that we threw everything we had into that game.
Yes.
They won.
And they won. They just got screwed.
Well,
They did enough to win. I don't know why this is like such a controversial
they did
thing.
enough to win, I agree.
Yeah, they like, if you could flip a coin and say they won or lost in that game, because that 0.1 second was completely phantom. Anyway, but then this last game against the Warriors, where you're like, bro, they are, without Jamal Murray, they are so good. 2 of those losses I don't feel bad about. The last one I feel very bad about, and it's like sent us into this place where it's like now we are in panic mode and we're still looking for answers. So I don't love that.
Well, I hope that my guy Jalen Pickett picks up the vibe. What a tough game, by the way. This is Denver's defense. But the other thing Michael Malone did in the pregame that was very interesting was call out Christian Brown's defense. He said, you said something about where it's at right now. It's on a milk carton. That's like a pretty biting line. You know, he's saying he has not defended.
He wasn't holding back.
He was not holding back. So tonight we can get vibey win, but it is going to require an elite defensive performance against a team that loves to get out and run and can make you look horrible. They scored 165 points in regulation last week.
Yeah.
This is a team that can put points up if you're not locked in.
The Pacers have pretty much the exact same record as the Nuggets. They're 46-31. The Nuggets are 47-31.
So I'm going to guess Dev is taking the over. Our pregame picks are presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app and use the code DNVR365. Deposit $10 and place a bet of $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. Must be 21 or older. Physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and needs help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, Superstar Dev, pick up these vibes. Pick it overs.
We are going to pick up these vibes because Bet365 has been making sure we're eating well around here.
Yeah, my count's up again.
Dude,
Thank
are
God.
It's been pretty
Are they
good.
Nigerian focused? Are
Oh
they like
my
are they
gosh.
slanted towards Nigerians? It's not fair.
I'm gonna have this record is gonna really matter for my Nigerian people.
Oh, my
this
God.
is for you Nigerian people out there.
Let's go. And England.
Oh, and England. And
Let's
England.
go. Let's go.
The Nuggets come into this game as 6-point favorites. 6 is a lot of points. We have not seen this team just easily handle a team in a long time.
No,
I can't give you 6.
crazy.
I won't give you 6.
If I wish I could just erase these last 3 games from my memory, I would feel so much better.
So much
Dude,
better.
Bet365 more confident than
Although
we
they
are.
did smoke the Jazz.
They did smoke the
Yeah,
Jazz.
the Jazz.
I wish I'd smoked
The
Jazz
Jazz
before
were
the show.
my
Didn't care
God,
to win,
so
didn't
bad.
want to win, didn't try. I'm not going with the Jazz. What I will give you is over 238.5. It's the Pacers. Pacers want to push the pace. It just makes sense. No pun intended. Also, the Nuggets are scoring. They want to score the basketball. They want to play fast. They don't play much defense. This is 2 teams that are going to try to light it up. So make sure you get over on that 238 and early. For the Pacers side, Tyrese Halliburton, he's been looking closer to that all-star we've seen before the injury last year. He pushes that pace. He's scoring right now. He gets others involved. And every time he plays the Nuggets, I feel like you could just pencil him in for 15 assists. His assist is at 10.5 right now. Lock it in. He's going to be able to find the open man, and they put the ball in his hands a lot to find the open man. I'll also go with Miles Turner over 16.5 points. They
Miles
don't-
Turner, huh? I
They
didn't
don't
see that
have
one coming.
Siakam. He'll have to do more.
This guy's locked in.
It's the unspoken bit on the
so
show.
locked in.
Yeah, man, all right, Miles Turner.
For the Nuggets, wake up. Our 3-pointer bet will be Michael Porter Jr. yet again. He had
know I'll
3
go for
last game. We saw
go.
this one
Let's go.
get knocked down. The Pacers, I feel like this is a team that he feels confident against every single time. They're like always undersized.
They don't
They're
play
pesky,
defense.
but they don't play defense either. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's get the over there. Let's also get over 7.5 rebounds for him. Fast paced game. He grabs rebounds. They keep on putting this number low. We keep on eating on it. I like Christian Brown to continue being a force on the boards and working hard, as well as in a fast-paced game. I'm expecting him to just play hard, just be able to score. Jokic needs a running mate. He needs other people to step up, especially in a playoff-like game. This is one that I think that he gets the over 21.5 points plus rebounds. Also, like you could do his rebounds straight up at 5.5, but points plus rebounds, I think he's going to be able to get both. I like Russell Westbrook over 19.5 points plus assist. The combination, when he gets in there, he's going to be asked to score, especially with that second unit. Them bringing it back of Julian Strother gets him a couple of extra assists that he hasn't been able to have.
Well,
but
maybe.
But he will score. He's aggressive. He can score on this team especially. So I like Westbrook in this one. I think this is going to be a monster rebound game for Jokic. I'll go over 11.5 boards for him. I got AG as my second one. AG over 8.5 rebounds plus assist. He's been getting this in rebounds alone. This last game was not a big.
Wait, what was the number you said? Assists and rebounds.
Yep,
8.5.
8.5.
Dude, am I not seeing this right? Oh, I'm not seeing it right.
Yep, 8.5. You did this last time.
Well, I was seeing,
It hits.
I was seeing 4.5, and I was getting excited. I was
That'd
like,
be
man,
crazy.
this would be
He's going
incredible.
to get 8.5 though. He could just get it in one. He's going to get it in both. Our defensive bet is going to be AG to record a single blocker steal.
That's it?
A single one. That's all
Just
we
one.
need.
Just one.
And he's going to be able
Off
to
the
do
back
it
of the milk
for our lock. Jokic over 31.5 points.
Yep.
Just points.
Yep.
Who can stop him? They're going to
Not them.
they play one-on-one defense with a guy that has no business trying to defend him one-on-one. Miles Turner, he's lunch meat.
He doesn't want to defend him.
He has no idea.
Barbecue
what-
Miles
chicken.
Turner, I'm just looking at the box score from their last game. 6 blocks.
Yeah, you don't got to worry about that this game.
Wow.
There is a boost that I kind of like that I took that they're offering here, which was, let me pull it up. It was Jokic 30 points and 10 assists and a Nuggets win. I kind of like that because I think he's going to get 30 points, as you agree. I do think he's going to have to set the table for everybody, and I do, that part's going to be tough because guys are going to have to make shots, but I think they will tonight. Indiana does not defend that well. So I think he gets the 10 assists, and I'm just feeling it. I think the Nuggets can get a win here.
Sounds like a 30-point triple-double.
Let's hit some
I like
super
it.
chats. Gonna keep saying get KD, get Yoke a real number 2.
Can you imagine? We're like, Murray's just not reliable
I know.
from a health
Gotta
status.
do it.
We got to get Kevin Durant.
Jacob Christensen, we just don't have enough depth to survive without peak Jamal, but he's too much of an injury risk to be playing consistently, let alone at peak level. History Channel 5280. Insanity is watching Jamal get injured over and over and still believing in the Nuggets. Put me in an asylum.
I love when I love
Come
those
on,
type of
History
super
Channel.
No,
But
but I like that was creative,
He's
though.
He's
That's
saying
creative.
he's be put in asylum because he is insane.
I know.
Me too. Oh man.
Keats, Yoke needs assists. He only has banked 12 extra assists. Keep the triple-double season dream alive. That's a good note there from Keith. Colby Cheeser, conspiracy corner, Jamal wasn't injured. Jokic told Westbrook to start putting on a clown show so everyone thinks we're a cakewalk.
Yeah.
Oh, Yoke's playing
I like that
five-dimensional
theory.
chess.
Carrot Hammer, Pickett, Jokic, triple-double for the vibes. Oh, my God. Could you imagine?
I did look to see if I could bet on it. I cannot.
You can't parlay single-game parlay?
I could put points, rebounds, and assists together. Yeah, for
You
Pickett.
should, yeah. You
Mr.
should.
Exquisite Nugget, let's go. Streaking
20,000.
guys. No rip, no dip, don't jinx. Druid trading. Let's win.
I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it.
Please,
All
let's
right.
win.
We'll be live on the watch
We
along.
need this.
Watch
We
along
need
starts
this.
now. Head on over there. Hit the like
I'm going to
button.
improve my vibe for the show, by the way.
We all silly like the mayor.